धाम की, गंगा माई की, यमुना माई की, तुलसी महारानी की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुद्धिस्ट प्रोग्राम की, श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 6, Text number 5. Narada Vacha Bhikshubhir Vipravasite. हाँ ठीक है ना. विज्ञानादेष्ट्रिभिः मम वर्तमानो वयसि आद्ये तत एतत् अकारसम्. नारद उवाच भिक्षुभिर्विप्रवसिते विज्ञानादेष्ट्रिभिः मम वर्तमानो वयसि आद्ये तत एतत् अकारसम्. बोलो.
नारद उवाच भिक्षुभिर्विप्रवसिते विज्ञानादेष्ट्रिभिः मम वर्तमानो व्यवसाय आदे तथा एतत् आकाशम्.
बोलो.
नारद उवाच भिक्षुभिर्विप्रवसिते विज्ञानादेष्ट्रिभिर्मम वर्तमानो वयसि आद्ये तत एतदकारशम्.
नारद उवाच भिक्षुभिर्विप्रवसिते विज्ञानादेष्ट्रिभिर्मम वर्तमानो व्यवस्याद्ये तदेतदकारशम्. नारद उवाच भिक्षुभिर्विप्रवसिते विज्ञानादेष्ट्रिभिर्मम वर्तमानो वयस्याद्ये तदेतत् अकारशम्. नारद उवाच भिक्षुभिर्विप्रवसिते विज्ञानादेष्ट्रिभिर्मम वर्तमानो वयस्याद्ये तत एतदकारशम्.
Shri Narada said, The great sages who had imparted scientific knowledge of transcendence to me departed for other places, and I had to pass my life in this way. In his previous life, when Naradji was impregnated with spiritual knowledge by the grace of the great sages, there was a tangible change in his life, although he was only a boy of 5 years. That is an important symptom visible after initiation by the bona fide spiritual master. Actual association of devotees brings about a quick change in life for spiritual realization. How it is so acted upon the previous life of Sri Narad Muni, he is described by and by in this chapter. Ekatmaja me janani Yoshin Muda cha kinkari Mayatmaje Ananyagato Chakre Snehanubandhanam. I was the only son of my mother, who was not only a simple woman but a maidservant as well. Since I was her only offspring, she had no other alternative for protection. She bound me with the tie of affection. क्या बात है, हाँ? उल्टे शाश्वतंत्र न कल्पासी योगक्षेमं ममेच्छति ईशस्य हि वश्ये लोको योषादारुमयि यथा. She wanted to look after my maintenance properly, but because she was not independent, she was not able to do anything for me. The world is under the full control of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, everyone is like a wooden doll in the hands of a puppet master. Aham cha tad brahma kule Ushivams tad upekshaya Digdesha kala vyutpanno Balakaha panchahayanaha. When I was a mere child of 5 years, I lived in a Brahmana school. I was dependent on my mother's affection. I had no experience of different lands. Ekada nirgatam geha Duhantim nishigam pati Sarpo adashat pada sprushtaha Krupanam kalachoditaha. Once upon a time, my poor mother, while going out one night to milk a cow, was bitten on the leg by a serpent, influenced by supreme time. This is the way of dragging a sincere soul nearer to God. The poor boy was being looked after only by his affectionate mother, and yet the mother was taken away from the world by the supreme will in order to put him completely at the mercy of the Lord. Tada tadaham ishasya bhaktanam sam abhipsataha anugraham manyamanaha pratishtam dishamuttaram. I took this as the special mercy of the Lord, who always desires benediction for his devotees. And so thinking, I started for the north. Confidential devotees of the Lord see in every step a benedictory direction of the Lord. What is considered to be an odd or difficult moment in the mundane sense is accepted as special mercy of the Lord. Mundane prosperity is a kind of material fever, and by the grace of the Lord, the temperature of this material fever is gradually diminished, and spiritual health is obtained step by step. Mundane people misunderstand it. Om Ajnanatimindasya Jnananjana Salakaya चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं द्वैतं सावधूतं दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी भानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। All of you come in the front. Hare Krishna. So, last week, Vyasdev asked, after Bhaktivedantis, they taught you, what did you do? Right? So, I have explained very in detail how Krishna's birth and activities are transcendental. If you completely understand and practice Krishna consciousness very properly, then our janma and our activities also, they will become transcendental. So Narad Muni's janma and karma, they became transcendental. So that is why he was able to remember. Right? We don't remember our past lives. Right? That also I explained. Right? That guy's name was Deep Kapadia. So last life remembrance I was talking about. So in this verses, Narad Muni has started saying what he did after that. So we have read out lot of verses, one by one, little bit I will explain. These Bhaktivedantis, they were practicing Chaturmasya. Right? During Chaturmasya, these sadhus, especially in Shri Vaishnavas and Madhvites, they follow very strictly. They don't travel. They don't travel. So they stay in one place 4 months. When Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Srirangam, he was staying in one Venkata in for 4 months he stayed there, and then they had discussion and all like that. So here these Bhaktivedantis also, they stayed for 4 months. Then they have imparted transcendental knowledge to Narad. So later on it comes in Bhagavatam 7th canto. What is the correct age for imparting Bhagavatam, knowledge of Bhagavatam? So, Kaumaram Acharet Prajna, Dharman Bhagavataniha, Durlabam Manusha Janma, Tadapi Arthadam Adruvam. Anybody knows this verse? You know? Kaumaram Acharet Prajna. People think, "Are abhi enjoy karo, baad mein," you know, everybody says, now you enjoy. Later on, you can take up this Krishna consciousness, right? In old age, you know, somebody asked me, Prabhupada, you know, why are you giving sannyas to such a young boys? Prabhupada, you know, he told, you should give sannyas in old age. Prabhupada asked, what is meant by old age? That fellow told, ready to die. Prabhupada said, everybody in this world is ready to die, so we are old only. Nobody can defeat Prabhupada in arguments, you know, like that. So, old age, they say. But Prahlad Maharaj, in 7th canto, 6th or 7th chapter, he is imparting this knowledge. What Prahlad taught to, you know, his classmates. You know, the chapter is there. So he starts Kaumaram Acharet Prajna. Kaumaram is 5 years old. Kaumaram Acharet Prajna. Dharman Bhagavatam Miha. Bhagavat Dharma. Right? This Bhagavat Dharma you should practice right from the age of 5. She is 5? Huh? So she is sitting in the class. Anybody can, you know, devotees, children of devotees are very fortunate. Right? Right from the womb only, you know, they are Krishna conscious. Right? They offer obeisances. And one of our devotees' son, maybe he is 5 or 6 year old boy. Once he was sitting on the staircase in the, you know, altar, Pujari department. I have this habit of joking and pulling legs. So he was actually chanting. You know, he was chanting. I asked, what are you chanting? And he said, I'm chanting Hare Krishna. I told him, you should chant Om Namah Shivaya, you will get money. No, I will chant only Hare Krishna. I said, why? Why you want to chant only Hare Krishna? Because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A small boy, you know. Huh? Yeah. Like that. There is, that is the, Prabhupada says, you know, anybody, 4th chapter, 9th verse, Prabhupada says, anybody who accepts Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will go back to Godhead. How many of you accept Krishna as the Supreme? All of you will go back to Godhead. Pakka. Right? It's a matter of time. We already have one leg in Golok Vrindavan. One more leg rakna hai. Right? This is good fortune of, not good fortune, by the mercy, this is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Atri Muni, he performed austerity and penance for 10,000 years. After that, he did not know who was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All 3 of them, they came. Right? This is not a easy, you know, this is not, put this here. Alright? Once Prabhupada was touring in Chennai, Madras, at that time, Madras. Then one day, Giriraj Maharaj arranged a lecture for lawyers and the judges. And Chennai is full of Mayavadis. If you pinch them, Mayavad philosophy will come. You know, they are so much ingrained, very difficult to preach, especially in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, very difficult. All Mayavadis. So Prabhupada was wondering all Mayavadis sitting there, you know, judges and all, you know, lawyers. What to preach to these guys? You know, they don't understand. So he was actually making them, all these lawyers and judges, judge and all, they were sitting. You say Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And all the lawyers, they were saying, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is that? And then again they were like, Krishna is the Supreme. That is, like that. So this is a speciality. So Bhaktivedantis, they taught him, Narad Muni, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? 15th chapter, 19th verse. Anybody remembers? Yomam evam asamudo janati purushottamam sasarva vidbhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. I request all devotees at least 12 and 15 chapters by heart them and know the meanings also. Along with the meanings, by heart these 2 chapters. You will get, 12 chapter is the most important chapter, Bhakti Yoga. So anybody without a doubt understands that I am Purushottama, right? He will worship me with love. And then he knows everything. Sad, what is that? Yomam evam asamudo janati Purushottamam. Sasarva vid. Sasarva vid means he knows everything. That means he knows the purport of all the Vedas, all the Upanishads, all the Agamas, Pancharatras, everything. Everything. He knows all. Everything. Pancharatras, everything. Sasarva vid. Vid means knowing. Then, what will say? Bhajate mam. He will worship me with love. Sarva bhavena bharata. So, this bhava is very important. Right? Where don't waste your life simply worshipping Krishna. Don't waste your life simply chanting. Simply reading Bhagavatam. Do it with love, bhava. Right? In the beginning itself, you should love, with love. That's why, whatever you are doing, do it with love. Even if you come for darshan, right? You should do with love. Not again. So Prabhupada says, usually people think that, when you come to the temple, you should ask something from the Lord. Then Prabhupada writes, no, it's not like that. Come to the temple and just offer obeisances. Right? That's it. You don't ask anything from Krishna. That is love. Right? You want to give something to Krishna. Right? So, right from the beginning you develop that love. And then you do with love. That is like that. So, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Kaumaram Acharit Prajno Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlabam Manusha Janma Tadapi Arthadam Adruvam. So Narad Muni also is 5-year-old boy. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, this is Bhagavad Dharma, you should practice from the age of 5. Right? From the age of 5. Durlabam Manusha Janma. This body of human life is very, very rare. Dehinam Kshanabhangram. Right? But even though this body is temporary, only few moments sometimes, but still it has a life, value, purpose. Tadapi Arthadam Adruvam. Adruvam means not very permanent, but arthadam. Arthadam is, it has a meaning. Right? In this human form of life, you can practice Krishna consciousness. So it is very important. So this Narad Muni, he practiced. He started practicing. So after the Bhakti Vedantis, they left. So he says. Prabhupada writes in the purport that as soon as you come to Krishna consciousness, and especially you get initiated, there will be change in your life. I want you to discuss amongst yourself, each other, what change has occurred in your life after coming to Krishna consciousness. Your time starts. Right? Prabhupada writes, there was a tangible change in his life, although he was only a boy of 5 years. Right? This is an important symptom visible after initiation by the bona fide spiritual master. Actual association of devotees brings about a quick change in life for spiritual realization. How it so acted upon the previous life of Sri Narad Muni is described by and by in this chapter. So what change it has brought in your life? You can discuss amongst you. Come with. What is your realization after coming to Krishna consciousness? गुस्सा कम हुआ, गुस्सा ज़्यादा हुआ, फ्रस्ट्रेशन है, डिस्कस करो शिवानी. नया है आप? Okay, done? Who will tell first? माइक काम कर रहे हैं? Who will bell the cat first? कुत्ता को छोड़ दिया, कुत्ता को भगा दिया. First time, she called me at home. Then I saw a huge dog. Then I hate dogs. Then I said, I can't eat. And then they started crying. Then I said, next time you want me to come, get rid of the dog.
Thank you so much for this. We got out of that attachment.
Yeah.
And actually, that attachment is shifted now to Krishna and
Yeah.
devotees.
Yeah.
I have become quite, अभी तक पूरा हुआ नहीं है, but yeah, humble myself. काफी tolerant भी हो गई हूँ. गुस्सा भी कम आने लगी है. आता ही नहीं, जितने अभी आता ही कभी. Yeah, but then love is increased for the Radharasiyari and the devotees. Even somebody who comes for the first time also, I feel myself like my way of looking at people has really positively changed. I was never concerned about going but then now I'm quite loving them.
There is one Mataji, Ashwini Mataji, she used to come. She was, first time, they were chanting Brahma Samhita prayers, Mangalarti. Then she started crying, Like that, it has effect. Yeah. Yeah, Piche, he wants to say, yeah. What is your name?
Kumara.
Huh?
Kumara.
Kumara.
प्रभुजी नमस्ते प्रभुजी जैसा आपने जो पूछा है
Speak into the mic.
मेरा हाँ प्रभुजी नमस्ते प्रभुजी हम वरंजानी प्रभुजी से डिस्कस किए मैं भी डिस्कस किए हैं तो मेरा पहले बताता हूँ प्रभुजी मैंने पहला जो टीवी बहुत देखते थे सीरियल्स फिल्म अभी मैंने पूरा बंद कर दिया अभी डायरेक्टली आई विल गो टू द कृष्णा क्लासेस
Very good.
मैंने आपने मेरे को मौका दिया है वो डिस्कस करो करके जो वरंजानी प्रभु जी है अभी वो लाइफ मेंबर भी बना है उन्होंने बोलता है उनका वर्ल्डली अटैचमेंट कम हुआ है थैंक यू
मूछ जाएगा आपका मूछ जाना है Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Thank you. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna.
On karo, on karo.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I found peace. There was some turmoil going on before I joined. In the house, there was things was happening. So once I joined this movement, I can say, suddenly I found so much peace. Now I can easily handle the tension in the house and everything. I got a new mission or goal or direction, you can say. Now I know where I want to go, when and how I want to live my life. Old bad habits simply vanish.
Yeah, that is the thing happens.
Yeah.
Bad habits.
Same as what he said, I used to watch Netflix and all those things. Now totally, I never watch. All those are, I find mundane activities, not at all interesting. I would rather read Srimad Bhagavatam or chant the holy name, or at the most, some YouTube pravachan I listen.
Very good. Anyone else? So it brings lot of, right? Yeah, there was some meeting, something like some congregation meeting and all. It was taking place in Bhakti Kala Kshetra. So I used to conduct yoga retreats that time. You attended? Did you attend yoga retreat? So I was conducting a lot of our Viresh, Manisha, Sanjay, Ashwini. They all came through yoga retreat only. A lot of people became devotees. So I was telling, when boys and girls, when they joined the yoga retreat and then they started practicing. So when they join, the boys, they have long hairs and the girls have short hairs. After practicing Krishna consciousness, girls will be having long hair and the boys will have short hair, cut there. So a lot of changes, our lives become transformed, So this is what, Prabhupada said, after reading Bhagavatam, I quoted this verse last time in the class, Bhagavatam class. पिबन्ति भागवतः आत्मनः सतां कथामृतं श्रवणपुतेषु संवृतं पुनन्ति विषयविदुषिताशयं व्रजन्ति तच्चरणशरोरिहान्तिकम्. So Prabhupada writes in the meaning of this verse that to simply fill your ears with Krishna Kathamrita, then Atmana Satam, in the association of devotees, fill up your ears with Krishna Katha, then Punanti Vishaya, your material desires will be vanished. Your material contamination in the heart will be vanished. Then you will walk towards Krishna. Vrajanti Tacharana Sharuri Antikam. You will walk towards Krishna's lotus feet. Prabhupada writes, even after reading Bhagavatam, if your material contamination is not going, that means you are a pseudo devotee. So we should try more. That means you are not doing properly. So after reading Bhagavatam, right? It's very, very important. So Narad Muni experienced this change in life. Like we have seen, all these hippies and all, they were, Prabhupada was asked in England, why did you come to England? So Prabhupada said, I want to make these hippies into happies. From hippies into happies. Happies. So they were very happy. Then all the priests and all the leaders in the American society, they were very surprised how these bright-faced Hare Krishna devotees, they were chanting and dancing ecstatically, on the streets, and everybody was noticing, wow, how beautiful they look. Right? Prabhupada said, all of you should put tilak. You should put tilak. Till when you come for Mangalarti, you are putting tilak. You should put tilak and kantimala. Prabhupada said, there is one lady, one American, Australian actress, she became a devotee. So she was, actually she was, devotees, they were doing, chanting on the streets. And then she became very attracted. And then she started attending programs and all. Then she was an Australian actress. Then she wanted to go to Hollywood. So devotees, they gave her something to hand it over to Prabhupada. Prabhupada. So please go and meet our spiritual master and give this to him. Like that. And then she went and gave, and then she stayed back. She never became Hollywood actress. Prabhupada influenced her so much. Right? Even now, she is there. What's her name? Gurujan Prabhu's wife. What's her name? So they put up photographs. She was wearing sari and covering her head. Covering her head, and then washing pots in Los Angeles temple. So newspaper people, they printed photographs. Australian actress with skimpy clothes. And then they put, now she became Hare Krishna. Like that. So Prabhupada said, see, she is looking like Lakshmi Devi. Matajis, they look like Lakshmi Devi. Tie your hair and put tilak and kantimala and then cover your head. Now in ISKCON, it has become out of fashion. Cover, ladies covering heads. And then if you see all the videos of Prabhupada, they were covering their heads. Like that. So a lot of changes should come, otherwise you are not doing properly. So so everybody, all the parents, they think that they are protecting their children. And then they want to protect the children. Is it possible to protect your children? Actually, it is not. Right? So even though they are your children, they come with their own destiny, with their own mentality. Something you can impart some knowledge and something, right? Otherwise, you cannot, उसके पीछे पड़ के उसका लाइफ चेंज करने का हम कर नहीं सकते, right? So that's what Prabhupada here writes. This lady, Narad Muni was her only son, and then she has a lot of affection for him. Right? She wanted to protect him. But Prahlad Maharaj says, Balasya neha sharanam pitarao nasimha natasya chagadam udanvati majjatono taptasya tat pratividir yainja sestas tavad vibho tanubhutam tvadupekshitanam. My dear Lord, parents, they want to protect their sons and daughters, but they cannot. Sometimes in front of the parents, children, they die. Right? In the same way, the doctors, they try to change, revive the patients, save the patients. In the same way, the boatman, they try to save the people. But unless your sanction is there, parents, they cannot protect their children. Doctors cannot save their patients. Boat people, they cannot save their travelers. Unless Lord Nrsimhadev's protection is there, he gives sanction. Right? So that is why when we are in trouble, we should not go here and there. We should develop this habit of going to Krishna. Not that, beg. That's what we teach, we learn from Draupadi Devi. Her husbands were there, everybody was there, but she was praying to Krishna. Like that. So we should, everybody thinks like that, but actually, Yata Dharumayi Nari, she wanted to look after my maintenance properly, but because she was not independent. 5th canto Bhagavatam, there is a chapter, all of you, especially ladies, you can read. Prayers by Jambudvipa residents. Very beautiful. Lakshmi Devi is praying to Krishna that, my dear Lord, there are many ladies, they pray to you to get a very good husband. But that husband is a nonsense, because his body is also made of pus, urine and all. Then he comes with his own karma. So he cannot maintain himself properly, he cannot protect himself properly. What protection he can give you? So Lakshmi Devi was suggesting, accept Krishna as your husband. These mundane rascals, they cannot give you any protection. Yeah? So don't look up to them. So Krishna is your real husband. So 5th canto about, you can read. Lakshmi Devi, Rukmini Devi also in Krishna book. Because we are not independent. We are not independent. We come with our own karma. Sometimes that is why the wives, they should not keep chastising their husbands, in case if they don't have a job or if they are not earning enough money, because it is not in their hands. Right? Nagging because you are not earning enough. Dekho, padaswala kitna, kama raha hai, nalayak, aisa baithe rehte ho. There are some ladies, who keep on taunting their husbands. Don't do that, because whatever is in their destiny, they earn money and bring. It's not that, just because you are taunting, they can go and earn more money. You will become mentally disturbed. So we should be satisfied with whatever we have. It's not that you taunt your husband or you taunt your children, you taunt your wife, that you earn more money and come. It's not in their hands. We are not independent. We are not independent. By working hard, you cannot earn more money. This you understand. Whatever is in your destiny, you will get it. Right? You will get it. So she is thinking, it's very important, she wanted to look after my maintenance properly, but because she is not independent, she was not able to do anything for me. The world is under the control of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, everyone is like a wooden doll in the hands of a puppet master. Very interesting, right? You understand philosophy, then you will become peaceful. All these things. If you think that I am the maintainer, I am the controller, I can do whatever I want, then you will become very unhappy. But if you think that things are, you understand, anything happens in our life, nothing happens without sanction of the Lord. And then understand that Lord is always benevolent towards his devotees. So anything, devotee especially, if anything is happening to us, we should not think that, oh, why it is happening. Should not blame Krishna, right? Because yata darumayi nari, yata patramaya mrugam, evam bhutani magavan, isha tantrani viddibho. Vritrasura, he was fighting with, Indra was fighting with Vritrasura, and then Indra's Vajra fell down from his hands. And then he was very, very disturbed. Then Vritrasura is teaching to Indra. Like Krishna was teaching to Arjuna in the battlefield, Vritrasura was teaching to Indra. Right? So very important verse that Yuyutsutam kutrachit, he says, Atatayinaha, Yuyutsam kutrachit Atatayinaha, Jayaha sarvatra eka na paratman, Vinaikam utpatti laya sitaishwaram, Sarvajna madhyam purusham puranam, Purusham Sanatanam. So his first verse is Yuyutsutam kutrachit atatayinaha. He said there are many rascals, atatai, perpetrators. They think that they can win all the time. But this is a very important instruction given by Vritrasura. He is saying that, my dear Indra, except Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nobody can be successful all the time. Sometimes they are successful, sometimes they are defeated. That is by the influence of Krishna. By the influence of Krishna, by the mercy of Krishna, you are sometimes successful, and then by the influence of Krishna, sometimes you are defeated. That is why Prabhupada says, when we are successful, we should not jump up and down with the joy. When we are defeated, there is a distress, we should not too much become depressed, because it is in the hands of Krishna. And then he says, Krishna is the only personality of Godhead. He is always successful. Always successful. Loko sapalo yasmin swasanti vasati dvijayeva shicha baddha sakala yah karanam. That all of them, including the demigods, loke sapalo yasyem, all these demigods and all these so-called controllers, everybody, they were actually, everybody is under the control of Supreme Personality of Godhead. They have only independence, as much independence as a bird caught in the net they have. Right? Suppose there is a bird and it was caught in the net. How much independence is that it has? Very little. Here and there, thoda. That much independence only we have. But everybody, because of ignorance, we are thinking, I am the controller, I can do whatever I want, this and that. Then the Prabhupada says, it is not possible to be successful all the time. So, very important. So, our success is in the hands of Krishna. Then, yata darumayi nari. Daru means wooden. right? Just like a woman made of a you know wood, wooden, like that. Yeah. And then yata patramaya mrugam. Sometimes with the leaves and all, they make this animals. एवं भूतानि मगवन येष तंत्रानि विद्धिभो. अगला क्लास नहीं है क्या? Just like we are under the Isha Tantrani Viddhibho. Oh my dear Indra, understand that we are completely under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this regard, you read 6th canto Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter, Yamaraja's instruction to Yamadutas. When Yamadutas, they came and protested, we thought you are the Supreme, but your orders are curtailed. Your orders are curtailed. So, is there any other Supreme other than you? Why? What happened? What happened? So, we went to arrest Ajamila. Then he was very, very sinful. We bound him and then we wanted to bring him. And then that Ajamila chanted Narayana once. Then one very beautiful Siddha Sattama, very beautiful personalities, they came and they challenged us and they released Ajamila and chased us away. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that they wanted Yamaraj to bring these Vishnu Dutas and punish them. Like that. They wanted like that. So how, they overpowered your judgment, your orders. Like that. Then Yamaraj, when he heard, because he was always in the hell and surrounded by all, sinful people, and then when he heard Narayana, name of Narayana, he became very blissful. Arey Baba, mera Yamadutas ka naam se, muh se Narayana ka naam nikhla. They became very blissful. Arey Buddhus, you are very number one Buddhus. Myself, all these Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, all these Dvadas Adityas, all of us, Nairuti, all of us are completely under the control of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. He controls everybody, and then we all have as much independence as, when a bull is, in order to, take out the oil, they tie, through the nostril, nose, right? And then that bull can walk only as much as the length of that rope. Dvijayeva Sichabadda, like that. So he is controlling all of us through the words of Vedas. All of us, everybody is controlled by Krishna. Right? So we are not at all independent. If you think like, when you understand this, you will become very peaceful. Jo bhi hota hai. Right? You are not disappointed. Right? You are not disappointed. There is one very beautiful verse, 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Na prahirishet priyam prapya, no dvijet prapyata apriyam. Sthirabuddhir asammudo, brahmavid brahmanistitaha. You know this verse? 5th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Na prahirishet priyam prapya, no dvijet prapya apriyam. One who doesn't become elated when something nice, something favorable to him, priya, he obtains. And then not vijay, he is not disturbed when something unpleasant thing happens or something, abominable thing he obtains. Then sthira buddhir, sthira buddhir means self-intelligent. Prabhupada translated this word, self-intelligent. Then asammuda, unbewildered. And brahmavit, one who knows the Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then brahmanistita, such a person, he is fixed in Brahman. What is that? self-intelligent. Prabhupada writes, what is self-intelligence? When somebody doesn't become joyful when something good happens, and when somebody is not distressed when one doesn't become unhappy, depressed when something unpleasant and distress comes, such a person is self-intelligent. Sanmay? So Prabhupada says we should become self-intelligent. So how do we become self-intelligent? All these Gaur Gopal Das and all, there are many motivational speakers. Do like this, do like that. Do you think, except for entertainment, there is no use of hearing such lectures? Manoranjan. So you don't become self-satisfied simply by hearing from somebody that, you become satisfied whatever you have. Right? What is the solution? Right? We all, everybody keeps saying, right? You should become satisfied, remain satisfied with whatever you have. This, there is Vishnu Gita in 4th canto, 20th chapter. Recently I learned those verses. Vishnu Gita. In that, Lord Vishnu is teaching to Prithu Maharaj. He says, Yaha swadharmena mam nityam. Yaha swadharmena mam nityam. Nirasihi shraddhayanvita. Bhajate sanakai tasya. Manorajan prasidati. Right? How will you become satisfied? How will you remain satisfied? So Lord Krishna is saying, to Prithu Maharaj, that be situated in your occupational duty. Yaha swadharmena mam nityam. Remain attached to my devotional service, to me, mam nityam. While performing your occupational duties, remain attached to me. Then what is that? Nirasi, without any material desires. Shraddhayanvita, with great shraddha, with great faith. Bhajate sanakai tasya. You worship me. Right? Worship me. Then, my dear king, Mano Rajan Prasidati. Then your mind will be satisfied. Samajh mein aa raha hai? How do you become self-intelligent? How do you become self-intelligent? What is meant by self-intelligent? Don't become joyful when something good happens. And then don't become depressed, unhappy when something bad happens. That is called self. So how do you become self-intelligent? By worshipping Krishna with great faith without any material desires. So this is the principle. How to satisfy your mind? It's very easy to teach, become satisfied with whatever you have, become satisfied with what you have. It's not, as easy as, it's easier said than done, right? Right? Yeah. Those who are giving those motivation lectures, they themselves are not satisfied. Like that. Anyway, so this is very important. We should know that, if anything happens in our life, you should see the hand of Krishna. Whatever happens in my life, there is, you should see the hand of Krishna. Then you will be peaceful. One day, she went to milk. There, in the night, one snake has bitten her. And then she died. By the influence of Kala. Right? We are all under the control of Kala. Sarvam kalakritam manye bhavatam cha yad apriyam sapalo vashe loke vayuriva ghanavalihi. This is instruction by Bhishma Dev to Maharaj Yudhishthir after the war was over, on the deathbed when they met. So Yudhishthir Maharaj, Prabhupada writes, Yudhishthir, Krishna wanted Yudhishthir and all to dress fully in Rajavesha with all opulence, come on the chariots and all. He wanted to, that, that is the great desire of Bhishma Dev to see, because, he saw how Pandavas suffered so much in their lives. So he wanted to see, Krishna wanted Bhishma Dev to see how nicely they are situated. That's why even though the occasion was like that somebody was on deathbed, and then all these ladies, these filmy movie people, they come, they all have one white dress, whenever you all have, anybody have, you all have one white dress, huh? I cannot, huh? You have? So they have this Santap Sabha, Shok Sabha in Mandapam Hall. All of them, they come, wearing white. But, goggles, they don't. It's a must, wearing white. So Bhishma Dev Krishna did not want, Yudhishthira and all to wear white and come. Because they are seeing a dying man. So Krishna wanted them to wear very nicely all Rajavesha. So that Bhishma is satisfied before dying that Yudhishthira Maharaj is well situated now, he has become Chakravarti. Right? Aho kastam, aho anyayam, yadyuyam dharmanandana, jivitam arhatam krishtam, vipradharma achyuta ashrayah. Aho kastam. Kya? Aisa, Yudhishthira Maharaj himself was telling to Markandeya Rishi, I don't think anybody in this world suffered like me. And then Markandeya Rishi laughed. Arey, tum to lucky hai, tumhara brothers hai, tumhara wife hai. Ramchandra suffered more than you. Because, his wife also was stolen. Like that. So then, what happened? Then he narrates Ramayana. In Mahabharata also there is Ramayana. Markandeya Rishi narrates. Markandeya Rishi only? Yeah, I think so. Like that, aho kastam, Yudhishthir, aho anyayam, कितना injustice हो गया आपका, इतना अन्याय, लक्षाग्रह में जलाने को कोशिश करना, then asat sabhayam, Draupadi was about to be disrobed, and then Maya Dhyuta Krida, going to the forest, so aho kastam, aho anyayam, see, in front of their eyes, Vidura was there, Bhishma was there, Dronacharya was there, in front of their eyes, Duryodhan was doing so much anyaya to Pandavas, but they could not do anything. This is the life. Right? You cannot expect any help from anybody. Nobody will help you. Aho kastam, aho anyayam, yadyuyam dharmanandana. Right? You are a son of Dharma, Yudhishthir. You are Dharma, Sakshat Dharma personified. But still, you have to suffer like this. Jivitam arhatam krishtam, vipradharma achyutashrayah. You don't, nobody would have lived, like this. After going through all this kasta, all this anyaya, anybody would have died. But you are alive. Why? Because? Vipradharma achyutashrayah. Because you have taken shelter of Brahmanas, Dharma, Achyuta. So Prabhupada says, whatever happens in your life, these three people you don't leave. These three things. Who are they? Vipras, Dharma, and Achyuta. Because you have taken shelter of these three, still you are alive. Otherwise, whatever happened, anybody would have died. Maharata Pandav, Pruta Balapraja, so it's saying, Yasmin Kritam Bahun Kleshan, Prapta Tokavati Muhu. This Pandu, even though he's a Maharata, he did all that thing and then he died. And then this Pruta Bala Prajavadu, this Pruta, your Kunti Maharani, she had sons, all of you. And then because your nonsense activities, she suffered so much. What did you know? Why you had, no? So he was chastising that why you have to do this gambling, right? At least second time you should have refused, So that is why Bhishma did not like, he was trying to stop this gambling match. Vidura stopped trying to stop the match. Dronacharya tried to stop. Gandhari did not want, right? He could have, next time at least he could have refused. Why did he agree? Shivani bolo. First time Draupadi disrobing and all happened. Then Draupadi, Dhritarashtra said, ask some benedictions. Then she said, I don't want my sons to be known as Dasiputras, Dasputras, and then all that. So they got back all the kingdom and everything, all the opulence and all. Then again, they were about to reach Indraprastha. Again they got a call. Then now next time another play. This time no disrobing and all. 14 years, 13 years vanvas. Right? Sudeshna Devi asked Kankabhatta, why did Yudhishthira went, go again? He could have refused. He knew that Shakuni was doing cheating. Why he didn't refuse? Who can tell?
Karma.
Because Kshatriyas cannot refuse, and maybe he had faith on Krishna's plan as it was in Dharma.
Because Yudhishthira Maharaj was such a nice person, he never was to disrespect his elders by saying.
That's okay, but there is a reason. They were Yudhishthira told that maybe that Pandu's, क्या बोलते हैं, उसका हृदय में कांटा, क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में, कांटा लग गया कि एक स्त्री के वजह से हमको राज्य मिला. Because of Draupadi's seeking benediction from Dhritarashtra, they got back their kingdom. वो कांटा उसका हृदय में घुस गया, ये पांचों ब्रदर. इतना इंसल्ट है एक स्त्री का दिया हुआ. That is why he played again. Anyway, because of your nonsense activities, they suffer so much. But anyway, Yudhishthira, sarvam kalakritam manye, bhavatamcha yad apriyam, sapalo vashe loko, vayuriva ghanavali. All these demigods, everybody, sapalo, all these lokapalas, everybody is under the control of the time, under the control of time, Kala. And then Prabhupada says that Kala is none other than Krishna. Is none other than Krishna. So Prabhupada writes that sometimes, when Krishna, and then next, Vayuriva Ganavali, the air comes and disperses the clouds. These clouds are under the influence, control of this Vayu. When the Vayu comes, it can disperse. In the same way, we are under the control of Kala. Kala can bring us together. Kala can separate us. Sometimes, I love you, bolte hain. फिर बाद में Kala separates them. Right? Kala separates them. So that love, all that love and all is forgotten. The same people, right? They, those girls, those who are not getting married, instead of visiting matrimonial sites, go to the courts. There so many are getting divorced. Like that. So this Kala brings us together, and Kala separates. Then Bhishma Dev, anyway, it will come. Yatra Dharmasuto Rajan Gadapani Vrukodara. Krishna Sri Gandiva Chapam Sihrit Krishna Yata Vipat. Aha. Where there is Sakshat Dharmaputra is there. Where Gadapani, Bhima is there. Where Sarvasresh Dhanurdhar Arjuna is there. Where Krishna is well-wisher, still you are having problem. That means, Prabhupada says, sometimes, the Prabhupada writes, Yudhishthira and all, they didn't suffer because of their karma, because Krishna wanted them to suffer. So sometimes, when sufferings come, we should, without argument, you should simply accept. Thinking that it is Krishna's arrangement. Then you will be peaceful. समझ में आ रहे हैं आप लोग? हाँ? You are with me? हाँ? Deep philosophy? Then nahi asya karhichid rajan puman veda viditsitam. Even great scientists, philosophers, munis and sages, they cannot understand what is Krishna's plan. Nahi asya karhichid rajan puman veda viditsitam vijitasya yatra yukta muhyanti kavayopi muhu. Even Kavaya means great intelligent people also. They don't know what is the plan of Krishna. What is the plan of Krishna? So that is why Yudhishthira, don't think too much. This is all plan of Krishna. So this is what he's saying. Because of the plan of Krishna, that is a small boy, 5-year-old boy, and his only shelter is mother. Krishna has taken her in. Right? Anyone else would blame Krishna. How can you do this? How can you do this, my dear Krishna? Just now I heard from Bhaktivedantis, I started practicing Krishna consciousness. She is the only, I'm completely dependent on her, and then she has so much affection. You could, if you wanted, you could have saved her. You could have told this snake, not to bite my mother. Oh, I will not worship you. But Narad Muni immediately understood that this is the plan of Krishna. 5-year-old boy. Why? How he got this knowledge? Because he heard serving the pure devotees of the Lord. Otherwise, everybody will blame. If God is there, why I am suffering? Right? Everybody, we all will blame immediately. But Narad Muni did not blame. He thought that it is the arrangement of Krishna. He didn't cry too much. Sometimes when devotees are... There is one devotee, a very big scholar, Ananta Vasudev. He is an associate of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, he was a walking encyclopedia. Then he was there, Vasudev, Ananta Vasudev. He used to take notes and all. So it is a custom, when Kathakar, when he was giving Katha, he would quote first line of the shloka and then the assistant would quote. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's English and language is so hard, his disciples were unable to understand. And then after the lecture was over, they would ask Ananta Vasudev, what did Guru Maharaj say? Then he would explain like that. Then there is one more devotee, Kunj Bihari Das, Bhaktivilas Tirtha Maharaj. You know, so they had a parting and all. So many times I explained about Professor Sen. You know, he was very dedicated to Bhakti Siddhanta. He used to give all his salary to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. He was a professor in university. He went to meet Subhash Chandra Bose's father, in Cuttack. That time he was a very big lawyer, Subhash Chandra Bose's father. I think Sarat Chandra Bose. Huh? No. Some his father was there. Very rich man in Cuttack, very influential. So they were doing Madhukari, monthly donations they used to collect. When I was in BI, I started this program. Sridharanuga Seva. Sridharanuga Seva, monthly donation. We used to run BI on monthly donations. So Manisha Mataji, Madhupriya, or Viresh, Sanjay, they all used to give monthly donations. So 1998, Manisha used to give 1500 rupees per month. She was working in 1998 ka baat mai kar raha 27 years back. So she was working in SR Gujarat. So she used to give 1500 rupees. Our Sanjay was that time he was working in Swiss Airways. They were all giving 1000 rupees, 1500 rupees like that. Viresh, when I left BI, when I came to temple, I said, instead of giving a monthly donation, once in a year you give Kalash. That's why I used to give like that. Anyway, so they were actually collecting. So he went and asked this Mr. Bose, please give monthly donation. He said, whatever you are giving, I'll give the double. Right? Then Mr. Sen told, Vaishnav Das is his name, Vaishnava Angris, Vaishnav Sevan Das or somebody's name. He said, I am giving 600 rupees. Bose fell from this chair. 600 rupees. Then, उनको वादा पक्का है ना वो लोग. He was giving 1200 rupees every month. Yeah. So when he was having problem giving up eating fish, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta told, every day you send Mahaprasad to his house. You eat this Mahaprasad, you will give up fish. So they were every day they were sending Rajbhog Prasad to Mr. Bose's house, and then they were eating. Then he gave up eating fish. Otherwise, Bengalis are very attached to eating fish. Anyway, what was I saying? So the Prabhupada, when he used to give all his salary to Bhakti Siddhanta, when he wanted to print some book, he sold his jewelry also. Bhakti Siddhanta protested, "Arey, your daughter's marriage, you have to give jewelry." No, it's all yours only. Like everything he was giving. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta performed his daughter's marriage because everything is giving to Prabhupada. Then they didn't have any money, no bank balance. Such a great devotee. Such Prabhupada says in purport, such elevated souls, they don't have to take sannyas. Then after Bhakti Siddhanta left, these two factions, they started fighting, Ananta Vasudev and Bhaktivilas Tirtha Maharaj. Then this Prabhu also started supporting somebody, Ananta Vasudev. Then he died. Prabhupada, they were committing offense to each other. When devotees, they fight with each other, they are committing offenses to each other, right? When both are devotees, somebody may be a little less pure or whatever, but still devotee. You can't tell, rascal, you are doing illicit sex and all that. Then they start abusing, when you start fighting, then tu mai ho jata hai, right? वो तो offense तो हो ही जाता है. Right? So Prabhupada, then he suddenly died. Then Prabhupada commented, Krishna took him away because he did not want him to commit any further offense. Right? So they see the hand of Krishna everywhere, Prabhupada. So we should learn to see Krishna's hand. So Narada Muni saw Krishna's hand that in this killing of his mother. He didn't blame Krishna. Then he started going out. He left that house. Then he started going out. He toured all over India. Then in one place he sat down and then started practicing Krishna consciousness. Like that. So next week we will hear, he went all over India, planning, and then he developed detachment. Okay. 11th, there is a special program. All of you come in Adani building, 6th floor banquet hall. Our birthday celebration. No lecture, only prasadam and games. No gifts. Only prasadam. Come and enjoy. 2 times I give. Every time I take prasad. 2 times in a year I give. After Janmashtami, collection, and then Vidyanal. Vidyanal also we did nice collection. Maybe around 50 to 55 lakhs I did. Krishna sent, not I did. Krishna sent. So we'll celebrate success. Of course, we cannot number one because other parties are too powerful. मेरा छोटा group है, but still not bad. 3rd or 4th position में आ जाते हैं. Like that. So please come Saturday. What time? 7 o'clock? 6. Our Adani Western Heights 6th floor, right? Banquet hall. So note, message आया? Yeah, message will come. Please come. Join us for a celebration. No glorification, no Vyas Puja, no that thing. Just come and take prasad, and then Radharshri Mataji will do games. I will tell her to announce the subject matter. Then all of you come prepare, so that you are okay. So anybody has any questions?
Prabhuji, you said Krishna takes control over the life. For example, if he is punishing so that you can come closer to Krishna. But I want to understand, what about non-devotees?
For everybody. Krishna, for devotees, Krishna personally takes care. For non-devotees, he sends everything through Durga Devi.
Prabhuji, we heard that one should do occupational duty with Mahamanusmara that way. So, how to understand what is our occupational duty?
Prabhupada writes, nowadays, it's very difficult. So, in whatever profession you are situated in, do it nicely. Anybody else? There is some yatra also is there, right? It's final.
You said one day Srimad is saying 2 days, one day stay there. This is disconnect.
But actually, it's okay. We'll stay there. We are planning to go to Talasari last week of January.
1st February.
Huh? 1st February. One day you want or 2 days?
1 day. 1 day overnight stay.
Overnight stay. Huh? They are all going. We'll do it after. They are going for Kumbh Mela. We'll fix some other date. Huh? One day stay is okay for you? Huh? We'll stay there? Huh?
1 day is enough. 1 stay is okay.
1 night stay?
Same day is very hectic.
Yeah. Okay. 2 days only you plan. But some we'll see. Huh?
And what date should we
When is finished Kumbh Mela? आप लोग कब आ रहे हैं वापस? हाँ? February. February second week you can plan.
नित्यानंद registration on 10th. तो उसके बाद.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anything more? Huh? Fourth canto, 20th chapter. 20th. This week, our Manisha Pujari's daughter, what's her name? Adira. Adira, we did Tuladan. She sponsored Oriya Gitas, 50,000. Huh? Weight आया कम ही है लेकिन डबल दिया वो लोग. Last chance. Anybody wants to do Tuladan or something? 10th is end. 10th is the last. Okay then. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Let's thank Prabhuji for doing a wonderful class. And I think after this class, we can know what are the life, problems coming in our life. We can handle the problems very easily. Chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
मुझे आपसे एक क्वेश्चन था कि कौन सी बस से ज़्यादा रेट करनी चाहिए, मुझे आप बताइए.